You're listening to The Front Porch Show. Some shows are niche shows, talking about specific topics. Others, shows about nothing. This show is the show about everything. On The Front Porch Show, we'll talk about current events, some news, a little bit of politics, along with a whole lot of life. Welcome to our Front Porch. 1-402-799-1811 is our message line number. We check that every week to make sure that you haven't sent us anything inappropriate. Also for your wonderful texts, your accolades, and your support. It is just Ozzy and I holding down the fort this week.
Are we hoping people send us things that are inappropriate?
Well, maybe. After last week's show, anything's possible. Let's be honest. Tombstone and Just Jeff are out this week. Jeff unfortunately is working today in order to get Christmas off, or he got Christmas off, so now he has to work today. And then Tombstone, something about family obligations. When does the family obligations end at Christmas?
It probably means he went hunting.
Well, maybe. I would. Wait.
It's family obligations.
Right. Well, putting food on the table is a family obligation. I can get behind that.
I agree.
But no. So they are no longer with us. No.
You just made it sound like they both died.
Well,
they're no longer with us.
In that canoe accident, Ozzy, it was bad.
All the guns and the bows, and the arrows, and the ammunition,
all the tombstones.
It was sad.
All the Jeffs. No, it was yes. So it's just us today.
Have we ever asked Tombstone like what he would like on his tombstone?
We should ask him. So I was thinking about this. I don't think we've ever explained the etymology of Tombstone's last name, or of Tombstone's name. I don't know. It was just one of those things that just kind of naturally happened.
Yeah.
Now there is some debate about that, and we'll have to discuss that with him sometime.
Yeah.
When he's on the show. There's debate because I claim that I coined the phrase tombstone. But there's claims that someone else coined it first.
Wasn't that Jeff?
No.
Who was it?
No, it was a guy we worked with, an older gentleman we worked with. Yes. And I do not agree that it was him first. I think I said it and he picked up on what I said.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Controversy abounds.
Wow.
Controversy abounds. But not as significant as the controversy of when to take down the Christmas tree, Ozzy.
Seriously.
I see your tree is still up.
Oh, yeah. We just haven't gotten to it yet. We're usually pretty quick about getting it down, though.
We head out on vacation at the end of this week. So I'm sitting there going, chop, chop. We got to get this sucker down.
Didn't you chop when you got it, when you took it down the first time?
We chopped it.
Dragged it into your house?
We chopped it in the Baumgars parking lot, yes.
There you go. That was rough.
Yes, it was. It was as rough as walking into the stall, looking at the trees, saying, I think that one looks straight.
Yep.
Not opening the
Did you do the whole you had to hold it up at arm's length and then bang it so that everything comes down so you can see it as
it was
full,
wrapped.
It was
wrapped.
Yeah.
And so basically what I did is I eyed it up and I was like, there's enough thickness on that side and that side. I think it'll be okay.
Was it like a Kanye West rap?
Well, yes, in a sense. He should do a Christmas rap CD.
He probably will.
Ooh, I like it.
Everybody always does. He's good.
That's
That might be actually a fresh take on like every single Christmas song that every single artist has ever done that are all the same thing.
I had a friend of mine, Justin. He used to work retail, and he was so happy when he quit retail because now he doesn't have to listen to the same Christmas songs over and over again.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's
rough. I have to deal with that from Black Friday till Christmas.
Well, at least it's over.
Yeah, and it's bad. Like, I don't specifically mind the songs. It's just, when you hear Little Drummer Boy that has been done by literally everyone.
Oh yeah,
and in every single different type of style, and you're just like, it's painful.
Oh, it is. It really is
so painful.
At least they're playing different ones and not like the same 5 over and over again.
Oh, no. It kind of rotates, so it's like the same one like all of that day, and then it switches to this next one, and then it kind of rotates throughout. So it's still after an 8-hour shift of 5 days a week.
Right.
It's
Yeah, the heavy metal version of Little Drummer Boy.
You hear it quite a lot.
No, I hear you. So yeah, so our tree's still up. I'm hoping in the next day or two we get it down. I mean, ours has been up since the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and it's a live
ours.
tree. It's not doing well.
Is it alive?
No,
Is it
not
alive
anymore.
still?
Not anymore. I keep telling the boys, don't get too close to the needles; they might fall off. Don't jump too much on the floor.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe. The
See,
needles will fall off.
This is the whole thing. Remember, like, what was it, 5 or 6 weeks ago? You guys thought I was crazy for having a fake tree.
Well,
and now you're like, oh, can't touch the needles because they're all going to fall off because they're all gray and brown and nasty and everything. And then they're like, you thought Legos were bad?
Everyone's like, oh, get a live tree, get a real tree. It smells good. And I'm like, I haven't smelled it after the first day.
Right, because you get used to it.
I mean,
that's why you get the Febreze.
That's
and
weird, man.
You just spray the tree like whenever you want to have that nice smell.
Like that's like, I don't know, man. That's like I'm envisioning the person doing that, living in a single wide, having a little tiny like either a little tiny fake tree or a pencil tree. Okay.
Oh yeah.
A pencil tree in the corner, or just a cedar tree that they're spraying like Febreze spruce spray on.
Yes.
Which is totally going to clash the smells.
Oh my gosh!
But
yeah, no.
Are you following me in that picture?
You're crazy. Listen, no needles. I am not stepping on needles.
Now, are your lights integrated?
Okay. So I have integrated lights. Yes, they came with it, but they weren't enough lights on the tree. So I put I think 6 strands of lights on the tree in addition to the integrated ones.
Man.
So
that's a lot of lights.
I know. I got that from my mom. She loved lights on the tree. And
that's ridiculous.
I think they're great. Now I do not take the lights off of the tree.
Oh.
So what I did is it's in 3 sections, and so I wrapped around all of the lights and integrated new lights into the tree, and then stopped them at the sections.
Interesting.
So all I have to do is fold up the tree and put it back in the attic, and then take it down, and then just fluff all of the branches and stuff whenever.
See, I don't know how this whole fold up the tree thing works. It's very fascinating to me.
Yep, doesn't include needles.
It is very true. Yesterday, the boys, Myron is our strange child. He's very. I don't even know how to describe him. He's.
Well, you're doing a great job now.
I know. He's very bulldogish or pit bullish in his pursuits sometimes, where he starts something and then just can't stop.
Yes.
And so for Christmas, we picked up. Amazon was running a great Black Friday sale on a science project where he digs up fossils out of compressed sand or something. Anyways. He thought that was absolutely crazy because he was able to spend, 4 hours one day working on this.
Isn't it wonderful?
And it really was wonderful. But I was like, let's just hope this translates into other things. So I get a text yesterday from Melissa.
All right.
Myron decided that we're organizing his entire room and has proceeded to bring everything out.
Oh.
And dump it on the living room floor.
Oh.
Which, mind you, our living room is living room, kitchen, and dining room, all in the same room.
Right.
And we don't even have a couch in our living room. We have the couch upstairs in the loft. And it's just a big play area for the kids to play in.
Right.
And it's great. It's great. They love it. And eventually we need to get a couch. But that's a totally different story. And so, yeah, he brings everything out and just dumps everything out of Myron and Trevor's room. And I tell you, Alyssa said it kept his attention for about 2 hours, and then she had to finish everything.
Right.
And so, apparently 4 years old, your attention span is just not that long.
No, especially for boys.
Yeah, no,
They are so they're drastic difference.
Oh yeah.
So.
It's such a bizarre thing. So I get home last night and there are stacks of books. Like, I mean, it looks like a library on our living room floor, and Alyssa's like, "Yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet." And so hopefully they've gotten rid of stuff. But man, after Christmas organization, man, it's like you end up getting stuff, and you're like, where does it go?
Where does it all go?
Because kids, man, wow.
Oh yeah, dude, they collect stuff. Kids, all these
kids.
Yeah, and it's ironic because because you get everything from cousins, from people at church, from whatever else. Like we wound up with, my daughter has so many stuffed animals. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous, and we don't buy her stuffed animals that often.
Right.
So it's like out of the, I don't know, potentially 60 stuffed animals that she has, we bought maybe 10.
That's funny.
Of those.
I had a lot of stuffed animals.
People just
too.
gift to. It's nuts.
My
and then
parents,
you're like, what do you do with this?
My parents, or I don't know if it was my parents, maybe it was my grandparents, collected the what was it called? The pound puppies.
Oh my gosh, I remember those.
And so I had all the stuffed animals.
Wow.
And the sheet set.
I had a couple of puppies.
Yeah, I had the sheet set and the blanket set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I think the curtains too. I mean, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Yeah.
You were hardcore back in the 90s.
I was. Yep. Well, this was probably 80s, but yeah. I don't think it went into the 90s, did it? Maybe it did.
You were
early
like,
90s.
You probably
early 90s.
did, because you were like basically the same age as I am. So
well, yeah, but I don't know. Listen, I don't know if those.
Did you have one of like the Berlin Wall falling or something? Was it signed?
Now you know.
Or when you went over to Germany to see the wall fall.
I need to. There's no way I can. I can defend myself on that. Despite pointing out that I remember seeing it on TV. It must have been after the fact.
I remember seeing it on TV too. Big deal.
Well, right. Yeah,
they've been playing it for the past 30 years.
I remember near that time. No, never mind. Never mind. This is where I throw the flag. I'm out. So yeah, wow.
What did you get? Did you get anything good?
Oh man. Okay. So in my stocking from Melissa, I got Mike Rowe's new book, The Way I Heard It.
Okay.
Which is, he graciously, I can't say graciously, he with their permission took Paul Harvey's whole mantra of and that's the way, I mean,
good day thing?
No.
Oh,
what was Paul Harvey's thing that he would always say at the end?
Good Paul Harvey, good day.
Yeah, but he...
That's what I remember.
I know. He'd always say...
Now, I do remember listening to Paul Harvey on the radio.
Yeah, me too.
I distinctly remember that, because my parents used to listen to him all the time.
The rest of the story.
Yes.
I'm Paul Harvey, and here's the rest of the story.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
What a legend. Paul Harvey was. Yeah. Anyway, so basically Mike Rowe just threw together stories about what he has heard. And so that's what the basis of, he listened to Paul Harvey, he grew up on Paul Harvey.
Yeah.
And so he wrote a book in the style of Paul Harvey. That's the way I heard it.
Interesting.
And all from his perspective.
Good.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I got a man purse. Sounds worse than it is. I got a single shoulder backpack.
I've
hunting.
Had one of those.
I got it for hunting and also for taking my.
Is this like to help you fit in with all the does so that you can attract more?
That's right.
More bucks.
More bucks. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Ozzy. No, I got that, or I asked for it because I needed to. I was carrying my huge backpack hunting, and it wasn't really working well. And I decided I needed a smaller, more compact.
No, they're very beneficial. I actually have one of those. That's very similar to yours that we take on hikes and stuff because you have to bring. Oh, geez, whenever you go on like a mile hike with any kids, you have to bring snacks and you have to bring drinks.
Yes,
because if you don't, they will not make it through.
No,
it's a mile. It's a mile.
It's a mile.
They're like, I need a snack. You're like, literally, we're 300 yards from the car.
Right.
There's no way.
It's so horrible. So yeah, so we've got that. I got that. I started using it, hauling my stuff back and forth to the car.
Yeah.
Because like, I've got a tablet I've got to haul to the car, cameras, a whole bunch of stuff every day for work, and I'm like, well, this is a great great tool to haul this stuff to the car. So I'll toss a med pack in it, a little small med kit in it, and a couple bottles of water, and it's a nice emergency pack.
It's like a light bug out bag.
Yeah, exactly. And so I've got my big one, but it's just too bulky. What else did I get? Let's see. I got hot sauce from my mom. My mom sent me. Yeah.
Is it good hot sauce?
I think so.
You haven't tried it yet?
It is.
Oh, you know what I did the other night? I did fried pickles.
I saw that. I think they go well with hot sauce.
And they were spicy.
Ooh, yeah.
Pickles too.
Yeah.
They were actually really good. I got to find a better recipe though. That was my first attempt. And it was okay. It wasn't like really good though. Like you have your fried onion rings that you make.
Right.
And I've got that down to a science. But you can't really buttermilk a pickle, so
no, a little hard to do.
It's a little so it's a little bit different of a process.
Yeah, I bet.
So I got to figure that out exactly how to do that. But they were good, buddy. Let me tell you.
Since seeing that picture the other night, I need to do that.
Yeah,
I have half a jar of Famous Dave's spicy pickles in the fridge.
Oh yeah,
and so I need to just start throwing those down.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So hot sauce, that was good. I don't remember the exact name of the company, but it's claimed to be the world's the hottest sauce with world records. So a lot of people just make sauce and they make it stupid hot for no reason.
Absolutely.
That's just dumb. That's just dumb.
Which is why I don't usually go for super hot sauce, because beyond that point, it's like I can't taste anything.
I like flavorful hot sauce.
Absolutely.
If you have flavor behind it, I'll take it as hot as you want to make it.
I don't know about that, but maybe.
I can't really taste that much heat. So, it was great. What else did I get? I don't remember. It was. I got a
Soda Stream. Kind of
did you?
About that. Yeah, so I've been trying to carbonate everything.
Okay.
It hasn't gone well.
Just describe how this works.
So, all right. So basically, it's got this CO2 tank.
Okay.
On it, right, that you hook up. So, which reminds me of the tanks that you use for paintball, right?
Exactly.
So same thing basically.
Right.
Anyway, so you screw it into this thing. It's got a button on the top, and then it's got a bottle, and it hooks into the I don't know, whatever the thing is. I don't know, the SodaStream machine, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So it's not electronic at all. It doesn't have to be.
It's basically a regulator system.
Absolutely, yeah. And so anyway, so you push down the button however many times, and it's supposed to make fizz. The more you do it, the more it fizzes. Anyway, so you're not supposed to do anything but water, right?
Okay.
So you're supposed to carbonate water and then put flavor into that.
Right.
So you don't have to.
How long does this take? How long does the process take?
Not long, like maybe 30 seconds to a minute.
So it's a forced carbonation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
I've got some experience with the carbonation, so I'm trying to figure out how exactly it's done.
Yeah, it's not long at all. So basically, it's got this little hose that sticks into the bottle, and then you spritz it into into the water.
Interesting.
So, and apparently the colder the water is, the more readily and easily it takes the carbonation because science.
Right.
So, I've been experimenting with different things. So I fizzied up apple juice, grape juice. It makes a mess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Why does it make a mess instead of?
Because of the carbonation reacting to different elements in those.
Interesting.
So
I wonder if it's because you're force carbonating it, and it's so.
It fizzes over, and basically because it attaches itself, instead of attaching itself to the walls of the container and then creating carbonation off of those, it attaches to everything. And so it's like shaking a bottle of soda.
Right. So basically a slower process
so,
would be better.
Right.
How can we modify your soda stream to facilitate?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I went with the cheap one. We got it from Home Depot on clearance. So I'm like, obviously I spent a lot of money on it, and I'm happy about that.
Right. Okay. How much was it? How much was it?
It was like $30.
Oh, okay.
And they're normally like 70 to 120.
Because what I'm thinking. Did you have to pay for the CO2 bottle separate?
It came with it.
But I'm sure it's not refillable.
Came with it. It is refillable.
Is it?
I've actually looked online to see how to refill it yourself. It involves dry ice pellets.
Yes, it does.
Which I don't think that I can get a hold of.
Yes, you can.
So
yes, you can. You can.
Where?
A lot of grocery stores actually have them.
That's what I got to check. I know my grocery store has dry ice. I don't know that it has the pellets though.
It should be in pellet form.
So I gotta check and see if that, and then I gotta get a scale and basically
weigh it, dump them in, seal
you put
it.
the dry ice,
yeah.
And then you seal it up, and then you let it work its magic up till it gets to room temperature.
That sounds really scary.
So
I mean, let's just be honest about it. Well, that sounds really scary.
No, the guy on YouTube did it well, so I'm just saying.
There's a lot of people on YouTube that do a lot of things, Ozzy, but we don't do what they do. We don't do that.
So it looked cool, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
No, yeah. No, that's awesome.
So, but apparently you can trade in your bottle and get it for cheaper.
Yeah.
For the refill. So we'll see. I don't know how long it lasts.
Lots of brew stores. So I don't know how big your canister is. So typically when you're brewing and stuff, there's a canister about 12 inches long by about 5-6 inches across.
It's a little bit smaller. It's probably about a 12 by 2.
Okay.
2 circumference.
Right.
Something like that.
So if I were to exchange one of those bottles, I can do it for about $15 per bottle, and that does 30 full size kegs, if you will.
Right.
Which, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So basically, that being my research, I think you're going to get a lot of use out of that singular.
Yeah.
Canister.
So and it's right now I'm like I said, I'm basically spritzing everything. So
right, exactly. Why not?
It's interesting.
Why not?
Coke. It does not work that well with Coke. I'm just saying.
Over fizzified Coke. Interesting.
Yeah, but you can't really refizz things. Apparently, you can refizz beer.
Yes, you can.
So that's one, but again, you have to you got to be really careful because if you put too much carbonation in at once, basically it just explodes out the top.
Right.
Which I won't say that I've done that already.
So do you do this in your sink?
Actually, no. I do it beside the sink, so that way I have to panic and try and carry it over the sink and put it on the floor.
That's great. Man, that's awesome.
So I got that. And then my wife bought me half-season tickets for the Philadelphia Union soccer team.
Oh,
so I get to go. I get to go watch 6 games. I think it's maybe they're quarter-season tickets.
So how far are you from Philly? I mean, 3 hours, 2 hours?
No. We're about an hour and 20 minutes outside of Philly.
Oh, that's it? For some reason, I thought you were a little further than that.
Nope.
That makes sense. New Jersey's such a short state, anyways.
Yeah,
because I can literally drive through New Jersey in 3 hours from top to bottom.
From top to bottom, you can do it in about 2.5.
I was going to say from New York City in traffic down to the
shore.
Delmar Bridge. Is it Delmar?
Which one?
The big bridge that goes over that goes south of
the Walt Whitman.
Oh, that bridge. That's the bridge.
You got the Walt Whitman, and then you have the Delaware Memorial.
Walt Whitman,
which is
the one I'm
lower.
talking about.
So, yeah, because
I normally go Walt Whitman.
Yeah, well, the stadium is actually right across. It's actually like basically in the shadow of the Walt Whitman Bridge.
Oh, no kidding.
Is where the
so
stadium
it's not even
is
in Philly. It's not really in Philly then.
Yeah, it's like right inside of the city. So, and it's like on the actual shoreline of it. So,
so I think I may be in the wrong place then. I may be thinking about the wrong place because normally when we go across, let's see here. Okay, so Walt Whitman, I've been across it. That's not the bridge I normally take. It's normally the Delaware Memorial. Yeah.
Well, if you're going to that, then you should we're like 45 minutes away from Delaware.
Oh, yeah.
No, about an hour, I guess.
Okay.
Delaware Memorial.
Man, I keep doing that. That's stupid. I keep opening up the screen on my computer to start editing the editing the HTML of the page, and I'm like, I don't need that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. So I got that.
That's awesome.
I'm excited
Good
about
times,
that.
Man.
So, and then I got it's called pizza socks, pizza box socks.
I've heard of this. Why have I heard of this?
I don't know. So my wife found them on Amazon, and it's literally like a small pizza box, and the socks look like pizza, and they're like in a pizza shape, and
nice,
the whole 9 yards. So
Myron got some crazy socks for Christmas. Myron got crazy socks, and so that was kind of cool. He likes those. He's that guy.
Yeah. I don't mind them. I think they're pretty funny.
You know, he's the yellow suspenders and bow tie guy at church.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
Walk in, make a scene. It's good.
Absolutely.
Italian cotton socks. Let me see this. Oh wow, yeah, I have seen those. That's hilarious.
So yeah, I got one of those. So
do they look like pizza when they're all folded out? Yes, they do. Kind of.
Kind of.
Well,
kind of.
Depends on the size of your ankles, because they might be really fat pizza.
Yeah, kind of. They're cool. They're cool. So
that's awesome.
I can dig it. I'm fine with that.
That's good times. Anything? Any other crazy things you got?
Not really.
No. I was thinking about it. I got a couple movies. Got I don't know. Got or Blu-rays. Got what else did I get? I got a lead dipper from my father-in-law and mother-in-law. That was cool. Because cool. Everyone needs a lead dipper.
Absolutely. You got a dipstick and a lead dipper.
I know, right? And I don't know. It was a good Christmas. Like it was a fun. The kids had a blast. We took it easy. We didn't do much.
Yeah, we didn't either.
I mean,
we didn't either. And then we were supposed to be over at my in-laws at like 4 o'clock. So about 3 o'clock, everybody started panicking because we hadn't done anything the entire day.
Right. Good times.
To do at the end, I wanted to do like products liability, as in, if that camera explodes all over that guy, we'd sue the camera company and their insurance company, you see.
How did Yale out-rebound Baylor? You go up and grab the ball off the rim when it comes off, and then you grab it with 2 hands, and you come down with it, and that's considered a rebound. So they got more of those than we did.
T-shirt of a headhunter a guy brought me from Borneo, which was kind of nice of him. He couldn't get me a shrunken head, so I got a T-shirt.
Ozzy, it is 33 degrees outside the farm window here.
Oh, really? We're like in the mid 40s,
And
mid to high 40s.
It is. We're expecting freezing rain.
Ooh.
We're expecting like 4 to 6 inches of snow tonight, maybe. Depends on where the line is. And it is
Wow.
foggy out there. And it
Wow.
reminds me of my eating habits over the Christmas season. It just makes you feel downright depressed, Ozzy.
It's like...
You're like, how in the world did he make that segue?
Yeah, that was
It's
bad.
amazing.
That was bad.
It was amazing. Absolutely incredible.
It was like a train taking a dirt road. That's what it was.
A flaming train taking a dirt road. Man, Ozzy, I tell you, Christmas has not been kind. You know,
Wow,
from a dietary standpoint.
Oh,
So,
there we go. I was like, way to take that
Let
down
me-
a notch.
let me-
You're like, look at all this awesome stuff that I got. Christmas is not kind at all. It
not
sucks.
from a diet standpoint. You know,
Oh, there you go.
we
Yeah, I
have
can
joked
agree with you.
we have joked on the show and
about going on diets.
and
Yeah.
attempted to
How
go
did
on
that
diets.
How did that work out?
It hasn't worked as of yet.
We were like, yeah, after Thanksgiving, we're all gonna like tell you weekly what we're gonna do. And none
Yeah,
of us ever have.
no. I was like, before the cruise, nah, still can't fit into that Speedo.
Listen. The problem with that is, I have thoughts on this. If you diet before a cruise, you're actually gonna feel worse because your body's not going to be used to eating all of the food that it's
So-
going to be intaking.
so here's the
you
funny
should
thing.
actually eat more to build up.
Oh,
You know,
build
that's what-
resilience.
there you
So
go. Yeah,
here's
see?
the weird thing: I lose weight on cruises. I don't know how. It's absolutely bizarre. I don't know if it's because you're walking. Ozzy, shut up. Ozzy is laughing at the fact that typically we go on the cruise, just my wife and I. Anyways, we'll let you put 2 and 2 together. Wow, Ozzy, really?
Listen, I didn't say it.
No, you didn't. But I just wanted it to be less awkward for the audience. Wow. No, so typically I lose weight on the cruise, Ozzy. There's no coming back from this, is there?
No.
No. Which is really weird because you are eating more. And so, you know,
Yep. It's all that walking around the boat.
but yeah, you're walking around the boat and walking around the ports and stuff. So yeah, so that's
where
always
are you,
a weird.
Where are you going on this one?
We're going Cabo, Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Basically Baja.
So basically, you're going to be illegal immigrants by the time you come back.
Hopefully. No, we're coming in through California, so we'll have sanctuary.
So do you go to do you go to do you do like, you remember Christmas with the Cranks where they go to like the tanning beds beforehand so they
Oh
don't burn?
no, man! I go complete pasty white, complete pasty white.
So you come back looking like a lobster then, right?
So I have, strangely enough, this past couple winters, I have my legs are absolutely pasty white, horrible things. My arms,
That's just this past few winters that's
right?
been the
My
case.
arms typically, which is the weird thing, typically retain some of the tan, which is odd.
Wow.
From the summer, but yeah, it's bad. It's gonna be rough. But so I don't think it's gonna be that hot down there. There's gonna be a lot of sun, but I think it's highs 80s.
Well, that's nice.
So it's gonna be perfect.
That's very nice. Do you go like scuba diving and stuff? Do you do all that? jazz?
So our main
Swim
reason
with
for
the-
taking
swim
this
with the dolphins.
Yeah. Our main reason for taking this cruise was it is breeding. It is calving season. Excuse me. It is calving season. It is calving season for the whales off of Baja. And so we've never seen whales in the wild and are hoping to go see whales in the wild and do some whale watching. And so as a smart man once said, the ship is the destination, not the ports. Because once you've seen one port, basically you've seen them all, unless you're actually going somewhere where you really want to see. Like when we did the Mediterranean cruise, we went to like Santorini and we went to where else did we go? I mean, we were in Venice. We went to Montenegro. Very cool places.
I would like to go through and like drive through like in the Alps and stuff like that. I think that would be a super awesome thing to be able to do.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Don't do it in the winter though. Not smart.
Yeah, it's like ice road truckers in Europe.
And so no, we had a blast. But the ship's the destination. It's the getting away, spending time with family and friends. And so I think next cruise we're gonna actually take the kids.
Ooh.
We'll see.
You gonna hit up a Disney cruise?
There's been talk of it. There's been talk from me.
It's terrifying when you get into those waters.
I know it is,
figuratively and literally.
It is. I'm looking there. I'm like, well, I can afford maybe a 4-day cruise on Disney.
We'll talk. We'll talk. I got connections.
Oh, you got connections. We will talk
when
then.
It comes to finding cheap cruises, apparently. And we've never been on one. So
yeah, well, you should. It's a blast. It's fun.
I don't know, man. I'm still like I don't know.
You should do like a 4-day to Bermuda with your wife.
I have people at work that are going on a cruise in the next couple of weeks, and they were talking and she was telling me how that how that her boyfriend was saying, you know what, the more ships and the more wrecks and things that these cruise ships get into, the cheaper they get.
That's
is better
funny.
off for us.
Wow, that's terrible. Did you see that the Carnival ships?
The one that
was amazing.
Clipped the back of the other one.
That was amazing.
Oh my gosh!
So we've been to Cozumel, I think 3 times, 4 times. I've lost track now. And Cozumel is a very complicated port because the water's shallow, and so
I don't even know where that is.
Cozumel is on an island off Mexico, and
okay,
it's a fairly big island off Mexico, and so like the way they have to park the ships there, basically you're parallel parking a city block.
So I'm assuming they use tugboats.
Sometimes
they just like swing it in there.
Yeah.
Like...
yeah. Because you're parallel parking a city block.
Right.
I mean,
yeah,
it's incredible. And so with the wind, seeing the wind that day, I'm not surprised that it happened. The bigger question is, does the captain still have a job? That's the question. And so I honestly doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Because everyone was complaining and saying, "Oh, well, it's the harbor pilot's job," and I guarantee that guy doesn't have a job either. Because what the ports do is they send out a boat with a pilot to get on the big ship.
Yeah,
and he gives them advice on how to navigate the port.
Interesting. Okay.
But the captain's still in charge, so heads will roll.
Ooh. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this Star Wars cruise thing that they're building? Have you heard about that?
No. What is this?
So, hold on, I got to look it up. So basically, Disney is building a hotel, okay, that is like basically the size of a cruise ship, and that is all Star Wars themed. So it's like you're on a cruise ship in space. So everything is on the spaceship, and you stay like it's all inclusive. So it's like a cruise, except the whole thing is themed to be as if you're in space on a space cruise.
Oh, that sounds interesting. It sounds like it could be fun. A little weird.
Let's see.
So,
but anyway, so that's something that's coming out. So I don't think they've built it yet.
So
I was Galactic Star Cruiser.
I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he said, you know, for Christmas I'm not buying people stuff. I'm buying them tickets to things.
Okay, I can dig that.
And he lives in Vermont, across the lake from Fort Ticonderoga. Fort Ticonderoga.
I have not heard that name in a long time.
And there is a Star Trek set that has been built in the little town of Ticonderoga, New York.
What?
And from
That's
what I
cool.
understand, it is very accurate.
Interesting.
Saturdays and Sunday, it's open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. Wow, yeah, that is incredible. And it is a full set. Oh, man, there's so many Trekkie nerds there. It's so awesome.
Oh, dude, we went to once.
This is
once,
the Star
we went
Trek
to
original series set tour. Just for anyone who's curious about it.
We went to a Star Trek convention once. Okay, so we went there. We had our Star Trek T-shirts and everything like that. We're like, oh, this will be cool. It was in Nashville. So we stayed at my sister's. Well, actually, we didn't stay at my sister. We stayed in the hotel, and then anyway. But I don't remember. But you come to find out that we're not as big Star Trek fans as we thought we were.
No,
because we literally weren't dressed like Borg or anything else. And you're just like, I like Star Trek a lot. I really do. But I'm not that.
I have the same issue. I have the same issue when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of Star Wars, or I'm a fan of Marvel movies.
Right. And you're like, you can know a lot about them. You can
Ozzy, the question is this.
But
do you get dressed up in costume? That's what separates the fans from the non-fans.
Right. Marvel, I might. If I had the time and money, and yeah, maybe.
I don't even know if I would do that.
I don't know.
Did I send you the pictures of this Star Trek set?
No.
No. Well, here it is.
Let's check that out.
It is incredibly accurate.
Ooh, that's cool.
It is awesome. I'm sorry. I'm eating bacon.
I can dig it. Bacon is awesome. Dude, that's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it is. It is a very solid place.
Yes.
Like, very surprised. I mean, what in the world? It's just, yeah, it's ridiculous. Crazy.
Yes.
I wonder if all the lights beep and stuff.
Probably.
I hope so. I need them to.
You're
yes.
gonna come all the way out to New York to figure out.
Well, I mean, I used to live across from there, so yeah, sure, why not?
That works. All right.
I was like, I need a reason to go back to Vermont, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a reason. So they claim that they are going to be building the other sets from the next generation.
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean that's crazy. Anyways,
that's cool. Cool.
Totally nerding out there. After Christmas diet, we talked about not doing that.
Yes.
And wow, how did we get there?
We
were talking about
cruises,
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars and cruises and yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's not been kind to me, Ozzy. But so after taking a week and a half off, I got back on the weight set.
Yeah.
And sore, Ozzy. I'm sore. I'm very sore, but I feel good. I feel good though.
That's good.
It's it's one of those things.
Yeah, I gotta go outside and do some yard work. So I'm gonna be
feel good story, Ozzy. UPS guy out of Orange County, New York, hides packages so kids don't lose Christmas.
That's cool.
So he delivers the package, moves trash cans in front of it. We've actually got video of that.
Them porch pirates.
Obviously, taking pictures with their Nest Cam, because you should always have one of those pointed on the outside of your house.
Man, I got some thoughts on that too.
As a guy who has to deal with those things on a daily basis, so do I.
I just don't. I don't get it. Like, I understand like that there are some parts of the country or some places that they are very beneficial. For instance, if you're getting stuff stolen off your porch. But I think most of that is honestly just fear mongering and making people feel insecure to sell them.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Because probably 80% to 90% of America doesn't need those. And I don't know. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on that.
I agree with you. In our area, we've got some meth problems, and
oh yeah,
so people will show up and just start lifting things.
Are you on it?
No. Thank you, South Dakota. Thank you, South Dakota. No, I don't live in South Dakota, so no, I am not on it.
I had a ADT guy come when we first moved in. I guess because we had a system in the house, and anyway, so I took it all out and stuff, because we just didn't need it. And this ADT guy came one time and was talking to me about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to talk to you about your security system, and whether you wanted to sign up for it, and yada yada yada." And I'm like, and he's like, "Have you thought about it?" And I'm like, "Not really." And he's like, "Well, why not?" And I'm like, "Well, I haven't needed it for the past 30 years, so." And he was like, "Well, if you want to talk about it, here's my card." And then he walked away.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like out here where we're at, my biggest fear is someone watching us leave and then showing up.
Right.
And because we don't have neighbors to watch the house or anything.
Right.
So a strange car pulling up, no one's going to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so security system, cops are 40 minutes away for us, 30 minutes away. And so who's going to come and help? By the time they get the call, by the time
we're like a mile and a quarter away from the police station.
So my thoughts are, I've got cameras and stuff. I'll catch them on camera, and then, I'll go all taken on them. I'll call the cops. I'll call the cops.
Oh, you're not gonna like jump out of a car and like go after him like a rabid squirrel?
I will find you, and I will. No, never mind. Yeah, no, I won't do that.
Yep.
Yeah. No, so I do housing inspection for my daily job, and one of the biggest banes of my existence are these security cameras.
Why is that? Because you just talk to them.
Well, a lot of times you'll show up at the door, you'll knock on the door, you'll know someone's in there.
Yeah.
And I still have to do the inspection even if there's no one there.
Yeah.
Or no one answers the door. And so I go out and around the house, and all of a sudden I see, the Nest cams, and I know they're watching me.
Yeah.
And I had one guy whistle at me through the Nest cam one day. He's like, just to let me know. And so I look at the camera, I wave, I'm like, "Hi." And then he doesn't say anything else. And so I'm like, you're either a creep or you don't care.
What is with that?
So
why are people so afraid to answer the doors? When did that become a thing?
I don't know. Maybe if you're not wearing any clothes or something.
Well, does that deter people, really? No, but seriously though, when did that become a thing that everybody was afraid of? Do you know what I mean? Like you're afraid of anything that happens on your property that's not like like your neighbors coming over or somebody knocking on the door, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, do we have the Jehovah's Witnesses to blame for this? Or?
So that brings up a really good segue, Ozzy, to a story I found earlier today, and that is that 3 out of 4 people don't know their neighbors.
Really?
And yeah, 75% of adults aren't friends with any of their neighbors.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, that. I think it plays into what you were just saying, though. Like, we see neighbors showing up, we just don't know our neighbors. We don't know what cars our neighbors drive. We don't know what they're like.
Right.
I mean, I've done research on my neighbors. It's true. I admit.
All right. Did you ask them for their social security numbers so you can background check them?
Not quite, but there's one of them I probably should.
Oh.
Well, anyways, we I'm not going to go into details on that. But yeah, no, we I don't know. We don't know our neighbors either.
Really?
Like, we know one of our neighbors, but we're a half mile away from our closest neighbors.
Well,
so.
Yeah, all right. See, I can see if you're significant amount of distance away from them. Like we have next door neighbors that are about, I don't know, maybe 80 feet from our house. Right.
Right.
And we know them. Like we met them on, I want to say maybe it was like maybe a month or 2 in for moving into the house. We met them, and then we've gotten, over the past 3 years, we've gotten into a pretty good relationship with them. We invite them over and stuff like that. So it's an older couple, But
which is interesting because that doesn't surprise me, because they are an older couple, and that was their culture.
Right, yeah, they're older, they're retired, they have grandkids, and they thought they were like thrilled half to death when they saw our kids running around the yard and stuff like that, because they were like, oh, good. So
we've got
people with kids.
We've got some friends who live in suburbia Norfolk, Nebraska, and Norfolk's not huge, 24,000, 25,000 people,
right?
Not huge at all, but they don't even know their next door neighbors. They've seen them, but they don't know them.
Yeah.
And
do you think it's just because it's so uncomfortable to meet new people sometimes, and it's just the awkward stage, or like
I don't know. I can't pin it down.
This has become so faux pas to like meet people. Like I understand to some extent because we don't know our neighbors from across the street, but it's also like they're across the street from us. It's not next door, and I don't know, and the across the street, the house is like a rental, so I don't know. But
that makes it so much different. It's like back in the day, you bring cookies to your neighbor,
right? Right, like back in the day, we knew both of the neighbors on either side of our house, and we would play in their yards. We would do, know what I mean? Like it was always like there was nothing, ever anything to be crazy about. And then I want to say like, if I don't remember if I want to say if my parents needed something or whatever, or they had an emergency or whatever else, like the neighbors would come over to watch us if something happened. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't like an uncommon thing where it's like, oh no, you know what? Something just happened, and it wasn't, not that it happened, but yeah, it was that kind of relationship.
Oh yeah.
It's like, see, you're not afraid to leave your kids with these people if something comes up that you have to do, or an emergency or whatever.
I think it comes back to what you were talking about earlier, the fear mongering, because we are under this impression that child abduction and child molestation and everything else is at super high record levels right now.
Right. And
but it's not. It's not.
And I watched a couple news things on like child abduction where it's like, okay, back in like the 80s and stuff, not that it was high, but it was high enough. And then you have like all of this stranger danger things coming up, and you know what I mean? And all this stuff that we were taught as kids.
Yeah.
And yet statistically, all of crime has gone down in those areas.
Yes, it has.
Drastically.
Yes. Huge.
If it was at 15%, it's now at like 2% or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's huge. Numbers have changed. I mean, it's crazy.
And I think that's like and it goes into the whole like helicopter parenting thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like you go to a park with your kids and you're like, I'm not sure if they should play with these other kids or not. And it's like, we never had any issues with that. It was like you go to a pickup football game and you'd be playing with 16 other kids that you'd never seen in your life.
It's like, don't get me wrong when I say this. The chance of a child being abducted is absolutely terrifying to me. Right. But the likelihood of it happening is extremely rare.
Right.
Extremely, extremely rare. And the likelihood of it happening under your nose while you're at the park with someone else's kids is even rarer.
Yeah.
And the numbers have gone down, but the media has portrayed it as it's gone up.
Right.
And I don't understand why they do that. Other than ratings and fear mongering. And it's bizarre to me. It doesn't make any sense why anyone would want to suggest that. I think it also feeds into our egos that we think we're more important than we are.
Yeah.
Like, we think that... I know this is getting into a weird psychological area, but like, almost like this desirability factor.
Yeah.
Like, my kid is so precious that someone would want to take them.
Right.
And maybe it's a bit of egocentrism.
Yeah.
Is that even a word?
It is now.
It is. Boom. And we get so caught up in ourselves and so caught up in our...
Yeah.
That
Here we go. Here's some stats for you.
Give me the stats. Give me the stats.
All right. So this is from missingkids.com, which is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So you can check that out if you want. Anyway, 2018, NCMEC. Yeah, NEC. Anyway, asserted law enforcement and families with more than, or I'm sorry, assessed law enforcement and families with more than 25,000 cases of missing children. All right, so case type 92% endangered runaways.
Okay.
So
Whoa.
92%.
So hold on, how many are left?
Missing
25,000. Let's do some quick radio math here.
So 92%, which is, I don't know, what, roughly probably 23,000 of those.
That's
25?
23,000. Nailed it.
Something like that.
So we're left with 2,000.
4% are family abductions. 3% are
hold on. I'm doing math here. Okay, so 80 of those 2,000 kids are family abductions.
3% are critically missing young adults, 18 to 20. 1%, less than 1% is non-family abductions, and 1% is lost, injured, or otherwise missing children. So 92% of it is runaways.
So we're talking...
And only less than 1% is somebody's going to actually grab your kid. Not
and this
saying
is
it
per
can't
year?
happen.
This is per year.
This was in 2018. So
less than 240 kids were abducted.
That were reported.
Okay.
So it's of the yeah.
I think the other thing is, we do live in an age where I read an absolutely disgustingly tragic article a couple weeks ago. Of a woman and her team, and I tried to book her for the show, and I couldn't get her on the show. Who was part of tracking down predators, and I think one of the things that makes us think that it's extreme is that there are predators online.
Yeah,
there are people looking for your kids online.
Oh, absolutely.
And so that is a big thing that we have to be aware of. We have to be cautious of.
Yep.
However, I don't think and I don't believe, and the numbers show it, that it's not that many that are abducted.
Right.
I
think it's let's see. Yeah. So anyway, so the stats here go. According to the FBI in 2018, there were 424,066 entries for missing children.
Wow. That's still a lot.
Which is still a lot. It's still a lot, but realistically...
But that could be kids running away. That could be...
Yeah. So 92% of that is runaways.
Right.
So...
400,000 you said? So not 24,000?
Well, the stats were off of 25,000 cases.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
okay.
so take that and then go with
interpolate it.
92% of that 424,000.
So it is quite a bit higher.
It is quite a bit higher, but I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it is very high.
4,000 child abductions.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but yeah. What's
the recovery rate?
I don't know.
It's got to be pretty high.
I would imagine. Let's see.
I mean, I guess I'm kind of.
All right, let's see.
Kind of curious because
311,000.
311,000. I'm sorry, what did I ask you?
What the recovery rate was.
Okay, 311,000. So you have outstanding. You have
roughly 70.
Yeah.
Something.
So just for reference here, murders in the United States, 15,000 murders in the United States in 2018. Just so anyone knows.
Most of those are something we're going to talk about later.
Right. Which
all right.
Extremely scary.
All right, I think we've beaten this horse dead.
Anyways, wow, that was extremely depressing. Why did we even talk about that, Ozzy?
We're talking about those Nest cams.
Wow, we went from
Ring doorbells and stuff.
diets to Nest cams.
That's because we started by talking about the guy that's hiding packages so people don't steal them.
Right?
Oh, brother. All right. Oh, let's see. What else is there?
Stop it right now! We will stop this tournament! This is stupid! This is absolutely ridiculous! Get out of here! We will stop this tournament right now! We are adults, and this is ridiculous! It is a cornhole tournament fundraiser! Cut the crap!
Ozzy, I spoke with a Prime driver, an Amazon Prime driver who delivers packages in one day.
Wait, like a for real Prime driver? Like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the Prime truck drivers?
Prime truck driver.
You have those there?
Not in my area.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't either. We're not that
No,
close.
down in Omaha. Down in Omaha they have them. And so I'm talking to the guy.
Like, stop the guy on the side of the road?
No, he was filling up with fuel at,
Okay.
in Valley,
Okay.
Nebraska. So,
Okay.
no, so I talked to him. I'm like, so how many stops do you do in a day? And 250 stops.
Holy cow.
Yep.
Was that an 8-hour day?
A little bit longer, I guess.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. And I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah.
How do you do
he goes,
that? That's a lot.
It's back to back to back. You've got multiple people on the same street.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I was like,
Wow.
man.
I did not know. I did not realize it was that many.
No, neither did I. I mean,
I would have thought maybe half that.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
well,
I
he
don't
said
know.
he said this was obviously because of Christmas.
Oh yeah.
This was
yeah,
2 days before Christmas, I think. I talked to
Holy
him.
Cow.
But yeah, 250 stops.
Dadgum.
And
That's crazy.
maybe those are, maybe those are prime numbers.
I don't get it.
It was a math joke. Our math listeners will get it. I made myself a funny.
It'll take me at least maybe 2 days to get that.
Okay. No, like maybe he was exaggerating the number of numbers. Maybe.
He might not be. They go crazy.
But yeah. No, he said they just go.
I'm really curious
He
as
loves
to
it.
how much of the market Amazon has taken over as far as like Christmas wise.
So I
bet you it's huge.
I was doing some research on this for no reason, because I just do this.
Why not?
Because I just do this. So because
It's
I,
for this
because,
very example. This
because
is the
I need to bring the knowledge
we
to
need
the
to
show.
know.
That's right, Ozzy. That's right.
You people are so important because you let us get out our useless information
That's
and give
right.
us an excuse
That's right.
for knowing it.
That's right. It's like
Thank
sitting
you,
here with a
audience.
1980s version of Trivial Pursuit.
Oh, I do like
It's like
Trivial Pursuit.
The
That's a good
information in it is completely useless, but you'll know it.
Right? Right? Like, when did the Berlin Wall come down?
Right. When did the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor?
When did we storm the ramparts?
That was 1778. I know that date.
All right, what were we talking about?
So, Prime drivers and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
anyways, I was doing some research on this. The reason why Prime started doing their own trucks was because UPS and FedEx started hitting lower expectation rates of delivered packages.
That's actually only UPS now. FedEx is out of the picture.
FedEx, yes. So that's what I was reading. Was FedEx
Yep.
is completely out of the picture now.
Yep.
And because Amazon will not allow their sellers to use FedEx because their completion rates of delivering packages on time was like 70%.
That's terrible. I believe it, though.
But UPS is only like 80%.
Yikes. How much is Amazon's?
Much, much higher.
Yeah.
In
I know
fact,
they bought
in fact,
a,
it might be in the high 90s. I don't
I know
remember
they
their
were-
numbers.
Now I remember from like a year ago, them and Home Depot were getting into it, trying to buy a shipping company or something like that. I remember that, so I would suspect that's the what happened with all that.
I have never had great luck with FedEx. I've had luck shipping with FedEx, getting it to places, but it's like, there's always some sort of an issue, but it normally always gets there. It might take longer, but it gets there.
What? Oh man! So we're kind of in a rural area, I guess you could call it, because we're so far down. So one thing that really ticks me off, and I hate this, is UPS will ship things down here, and instead of it going to the UPS driver, it'll go to USPS.
Oh yeah.
And then they'll deliver it like a day late, and I'm like, that irks me so much.
So the worst part about that is
packages is fine, but certain packages it'll ship through the United Postal Service, and it's usually like the dog food that we ordered, like the 40-pound or 50-pound bag of dog food, and our poor lady that has to deliver that in her little, post office truck, and she's trying to lug this huge box, and I'm like, why did this not come UPS? Like, why does that happen? And then all of a sudden I'll order like this small little package and it'll come UPS.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh man, it's horrible.
It is absolutely terrible.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, I agree with you.
Really
our
sorry.
biggest issue is our mailman, our USPS postman, drives into our driveway and will drop packages off at the other house, even though it's addressed to our house.
Oh.
And he'll literally drive through, do a loop, and drop it out his window. We've witnessed this.
Wow. That's fun.
Yeah. And he already doesn't like our mailbox, which is postmaster approved. It's a locking mailbox.
Oh.
And
I'm sorry.
Anyways.
Yep.
Not that we're bringing up anything bitter. Amazon Logistics Division, they tracked 3.5 billion packages globally in 2019, which obviously are ones they shipped.
That's quite a bit. Holy cow.
Now, think about this. UPS, which was founded 112 years ago, delivered 5.2 billion packages.
Wow.
So over 3 billion of those packages,
That's a lot.
Amazon has a lot of those packages.
That's a lot.
And so basically what Amazon's running into is they do not have the capacity, or they're realizing that these shipping companies do not have the capacity to ship these vast numbers of packages.
I was going to say, because you got to think about it, like nobody, back from, I don't know, whatever, when did UPS really become popular? Probably back in like the 50s, 60s. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like, but you're talking about how many packages you probably have. I bet you the statistics between like 1950 to like 2006. I bet you that it's probably in the billions of packages.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And then like from 2006 or 8 or whenever Amazon took off,
just a huge,
just to 2019. I bet you it's like the same amount of packages.
So let me give you some numbers.
So
here.
there's no way that they have any of the logistics to figure out, or the facilities. You know what I mean?
Yep. So 50% of UPS's I think it's 50% of UPS's shipping is Amazon, and I bet. Packages shipped annually in the U.S. This is just the U.S. 2.1 billion for 2019. They are expecting it to be 6.5 billion by 2022.
Yikes! Holy cow!
That is incredible.
Yeah. See, that's what's going to put a lot of retailers out of business, is because you can't, like, we do that too. Like, we probably get, we get stuff from Amazon all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's easier for us to not go 40 minutes up the road and get whatever it is and waste gas and time and everything else and pack the kids up. You know what I mean? And then you got to, it's easier for us to just wait 2 days and have it in our hand.
Yes. So here's my thing. I love local businesses, but the problem is most of the places we shop are not local businesses.
Right.
We're going to Walmart. We're going to Lowe's. We're going to Home Depot. We're going to Menards.
Right.
We're going to Baumgart's. We're not going to a local shop.
Right.
Why do I care if I'm buying online or not going to a local shop?
If you're gonna buy it from Walmart or
Exactly.
if you're gonna buy it from
Now,
Amazon.
What changes is if I am going to buy from a local shop.
Right.
If I pick a hardware store, I typically will try to pick a hometown hardware store.
Sadly, we do not have any of those down here.
We don't really have any great ones here either. When I was building the house, I went with the big box store.
Right.
Why?
Right.
A lot cheaper than going to the local lumber yard.
Yep.
I mean, when I can get my materials for $10,000 cheaper,
right?
I'm going to have to do that.
It's hard to justify.
I'm going to have to do that, and
yeah.
But when it comes down to the smaller items, there are a couple local shops that I shop at a lot. Take for instance food establishments. I typically will not eat chain establishments when I take my family out to eat. It's just we just don't typically do that. We'll go to a local place.
Yeah. We actually don't have a lot of chain restaurants down here. We don't have any major chain restaurants. All right, we have McDonald's, we have Burger King, you know what I mean? Like the small, well, not small, like the fast food ones we have.
Yeah.
But like we don't have any burger places. We don't have any, like, it's all local around here. Like everything is.
I understand that those are owned by local businesses who are just franchising.
Right.
But still, it still feels weird sending your money to going to Applebee's or something. It's like, why would I go to Applebee's when I can spend an extra $3 for an entree and get, an actual home cooked meal by a professional chef?
Right.
Rather than mashed potatoes squirted out of a plastic bag.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. Yeah, it takes it away. It's hard.
As I said, there's a couple shops that I do frequent that I buy all my stuff from them because they're knowledgeable.
Right.
That's the big thing.
I think that's what a lot of times that I'm okay with paying more for. Is you're paying more for someone to have that information and who knows what they're talking about. As opposed to, I hate to say, like with big box stores and stuff, you walk in and then, you know what I mean? You could have a kid that's been there for 3 weeks trying to tell you how to do something that you need a professional to tell you how to do. You literally don't burn your house down or something like that, I
had that at a local sporting goods, or not a local sporting goods store, a very large sporting goods store in Omaha. We have like 3 of them down there, so I'm not giving them away. I walk in there to buy arrows for my bow.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking to the kid who tries to sell me the wrong spine arrows. And I was looking for some carbon arrows and for hunting.
Right.
And he sells me these arrows, or tries to sell me these arrows, and I'm like, no, I'm supposed to have this. And he's like, well, no, I think you really should go up to this. And I'm like, dude.
It's the knowledge, man.
Dude, how long have you been working here?
Yeah.
And same thing has happened with in the big box stores, hardware stores, big box lumber yard hardware stores. Walk in there, I'm talking to them. Every once in a while, I shouldn't say every once in a while, because you have managers of the departments who are very knowledgeable.
Right.
And like, there's a couple guys in the plumbing department at our local Menards who I just absolute respect for. Right. They know what you're looking for before you even know what you're looking for. I mean, it's just good.
Right.
It's amazing. But then you've got the kids who just got hired on as managerial training, and you're sitting there scratching your head going, these kids don't know anything about home improvement.
Yeah.
And they're trying to tell me how to install tile?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
The knowledge goes a long way. When I can sit there, look on YouTube what I need, and then order it off Amazon,
right,
I'm going to do it.
Right.
I'm going to do it. It's so much easier. So, yes, the death of the box store is inevitable, I think. I mean, it's unless they innovate.
I think it depends. I think it's going to wipe out a lot of the smaller stuff. It all depends on if they can innovate.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, is because you're running, like, that's what happened to Sears.
Yeah, you're right.
Sears did not take the internet seriously enough and get on the bandwagon. They were about 10 years behind where they needed to be in this day and age. And that's why I think you see a lot of innovation in Walmart. So you have...
they're doing that 3-day shipping too, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do the 3-day shipping. And now they have the thing where it's like you can order your groceries online and then park in the parking lot and somebody will put them in the back of your car. That's something Amazon can't do yet. And that's where it's like, okay, innovation is there... and the big box stores have potential, but I think, they're even in a lot of danger, too, from Amazon.
They are. Well, Amazon's in this funny place but Walmart's doing the same thing where they've got external vendors who are selling on Amazon.
Right.
It's almost like an eBay, but it's...
Yeah, it really is. And it's kind of like sometimes, I was looking at Dickies shirts yesterday on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I know they sell them at Walmart.
Right.
And that's where I got, the one that I'm wearing actually right now.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to get more colors because my shirts are starting to wear out. And so I'm looking on Amazon and I'm going, should I get these from Amazon? Because I'm not 100% sure that these are going to be the same quality as if I went to Walmart or if I went to Dickies, like the actual Dickies website. And that's like, I know that it's going to be 100% quality.
That's one of the things that they've said.
It's not just the seconds that I'm getting from Amazon.
That's one of the things that they said on Amazon is a lot of the stuff that they sell there are seconds or ripoffs.
Right. Right.
And
that's what I have a lot of questions about certain things where I'm like,
That doesn't come on Amazon, though. I don't think that's an Amazon issue, but Amazon is...
No.
I was reading an article the other day about these people who are not paid necessarily. Well, they are paid in a way to make reviews. So basically...
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
They get on these websites and they're told what they have to buy. They buy it, post a review, send the review to the people cut them a check for the product.
Right.
So you buy a $30 item, you do the review, you do the 5-star review, and then they send you the $30.
Right.
And because what they're trying to do is they're trying to navigate the algorithms
rapport,
and climb to the top of the sponsored items list.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so a lot of the reviews you read on Amazon are could be questionable.
Yeah.
And so just caution, I guess.
Yeah, it's being discerning about what you're buying and knowledgeable.
Right. That's hard.
And you know what's horrible is I feel like all right, so we went to when we bought our minivan 5 years ago. Anyway, I did an insane amount of research on this minivan before I bought it. So I know almost everything there is to know about a Honda Odyssey at this point in time. Because I was like, if I'm going to be spending, $20,000 on something, I am going to know about what is a good price, what's a bad price, what quality, you know what I mean? Like the whole 9 yards. And I had, we went to this local Honda place that's nearby us. We have actually two that are up the road. So we went to the one that was nearest to us first. And this guy tried to sell me and convinced me that a 2011 Honda and a 2012 Honda Odyssey are basically the same thing and this and that. And I'm like I'm in the driver's seat and I'm driving the thing and the guy's like talking to me about this and I'm asking him questions that I already know answers to. And he's trying to BS me on this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him and I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to buy this from you. Like, there's no way, because you're not being truthful.
Yes, exactly.
You're not being truthful with me. Like, so you're trying to make it up. And then we went up to the other Honda place up the road, and we got this kid who I think had started there maybe a couple months earlier or something like that. And I was asking him questions, and he went, I don't know, but let me find out. And I went,
boom. That's the way.
Yep, I'm going to buy this from you because I know that you're not just going to sell me this thing just to get rid of it out of your lot. I ran into the same experience when I bought my VW. So we had a VW through the whole Dieselgate thing, and it was purchased back. I think we even covered it on the show, the whole buyback process, and sold it back to them. They gave me cash, and I got a new car. Right.
The problem was that the sales guy knew nothing about the new car. And so he's trying to tell me about this car, and I'm like, no. No. And so, anyways, fast forward to about, I don't know, 4 months ago now. What's that? Fast forward to about 4 months ago, and I'm talking with the guy about some service that needs to get done. So I hit a snowdrift last fall, and I decided that I needed to get it. I decided I needed to get the repairs done and fixed because I had a leaky radiator.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because basically snowdrift took out the front.
Can't just bubble gum in that sucker.
Yeah, no. Basically, snow took out the front radiator, or took out the front bumper, which loosened things up in the front and made the radiator a little shaky.
That snow is rough, man.
Oh, it is.
It's like so soft, and yet it's
so soft, but yet so hard.
Yeah, it is.
You hit it wrong, man. Apparently, you can't coast over the top of a big snowdrift.
Not so much, unless you got skis.
Yeah, it didn't work well for me. So I replaced the radiator. I take in the car. I'm like, hey, man, I want to get all this stuff looked at. Like, it's just a whole bunch, like the front bumper, the underskirt, everything needs to be replaced. And he's like, oh, that'll be $4,000. And I'm like, okay, why is that? And he's like, well, we have to redo the entire front clip. And I was like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. And then he goes, also, you need to get your timing chain changed. I said, excuse me.
Really?
Now, for the audience who's not quite familiar with what I'm saying here,
aren't those
cars? Oh, just hold on. Cars have either a timing belt or a timing chain.
Right.
Timing belts over time stretch.
Right.
And a lot of times in your timing in your car can variate.
Get off, yeah.
And so you lose efficiency, and it gets rough.
Right, and you get it replaced.
And you get it replaced.
It's not a huge deal.
Typically, every 80 to 120,000 miles, you get it changed. And so my car is a 1.8 liter VW, and it has a timing chain. Now, timing chains have this amazing thing where
they're metal.
And they're a chain, and they don't stretch.
Right.
And so, unless
rare occasion that you need to be replacing,
unless you say eat a cylinder, or somehow have chunks of your engine fall into the cylinder, your timing chain is not going to break.
Right. Yeah.
Except under the rarest of circumstances.
If it's breaking, your engine has problems.
Yes.
It's not just that the timing chain needs to be changed.
And so I am told at the VW dealership that I need to get my timing chain changed.
Did they put
headlight
fluid in for you too?
They quoted me $2,000 for that.
Holy crack.
And I stood there dumbfounded when he handed me the paperwork. I told him it's not happening, and I left, and I haven't been back, and I will not be back. I will not go back.
Yep.
I bought a car there. I will not be back.
Oh.
Folks.
Yeah. It's being able to have somebody reliable that isn't going to try and
timing
cheat you.
Belt change on a car that's running perfectly fine. I get 36 miles per gallon in that car. Now, granted, it's a VW, so they probably cheated to get that. I'll admit that. But come on. Oh, so frustrating, Ozzy. I just want honesty. No matter what the establishment...
Right.
Ozzy,
right.
I'd rather buy a car online. I'd rather buy a car online,
and
not talk to someone.
If it's gonna cost me, you know what I mean, like $5,000 or whatever, and it's justified, I will pay you the money.
I'll try to do it myself first.
Or I'll buy a new vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine with paying money, but it has to be something that's real.
Yes, exactly.
It can't be because, you know what, I ran out of headlight fluid.
Oh, what a great bit that was. Do you remember that from back in college?
Oh, yeah.
There's some radio show bit where this girl, they quoted her a whole bunch of things that didn't exist on her car. And
Yep. Yeah.
It's
like, just honesty goes a long way. And
yeah, exactly.
people, and today, like, you kind of almost don't have too much of an excuse to be ignorant, especially with the fact that you got a computer in your hand.
Right. Right.
So
I think
Yeah.
common knowledge has increased greatly in the last 10, 20 years. Like, the amount of things that people know, just naturally know,
yeah,
is huge. I'm noticing that with my boys. Like, they know a lot more than I did at that age about different weird things.
yeah,
And maybe that's just because our culture's kind of taken a weird twist. But I mean, from 30 years ago, it's like they're learning totally different things.
yeah.
And I think they're a lot smarter. And I don't know. It's such a weird thing, man. I don't know. Hey, when we come back, let's talk about New Year's. Talk about things that happened during 2019. I mean,
Let's do it.
yeah.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun? Say yeah!
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told me to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
This wars off smells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go.
Ozzy, the new year is upon us.
It's coming quick.
Isn't that crazy? Hard to believe it's
so
almost
crazy.
2020. A decade has ended. Another
know,
decade
right?
has ended.
Did you see the thing where it was like where it was talking about that 70s show?
Yeah. I
Where it
didn't
was
see it.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, so anyway, it was this it said, okay, that 70s show came out in, I think it was like 1997 or something
Did it
like
really?
that. And it was talking about
What
how
a great
or no,
underrated
maybe it
show,
was-
by the way.
maybe it was 99 or something like that. Anyway, and it was like 20 years ago
That's wild.
was when it was made. And then they were like, so if that 70s show was made today, 20 years ago would have been, 1997 or something like that. It
Yeah.
was like, or whatever it was, 99 or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
like,
crazy.
and I'm like, oh,
Man, that's
like,
nuts. Yeah.
that's crazy. Cause I still think of the 70s being 30 years ago,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. Me too.
like that's what I think of. And you're
I think
like,
that's getting close to the
that's-
definition of boomer, though, man. Careful.
That's
Careful.
crazy.
No, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I remember 2000 very vividly. My
The Y2K.
oh yeah,
man.
Y2K.
Panic. Everybody panic.
I of course as a 14-year-old had done a lot of reading on it, and because that's what every 14-year-old does,
right.
and and was somewhat nervous about it.
Really?
And, yeah, a little bit.
Mm.
And so, unbeknownst to my parents, I was like stockpiling some water and stuff. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, I was that kid.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
I mean, yeah, it was good. It was good
That's
times.
That's good. That's good.
And
that's
so, like, nothing happened. Obviously, everyone got everything fixed in time or whatever, but
Yeah.
it was like everyone freaking out as the clock's about to drop. And then not thinking it through, being like, oh, wait, Hong Kong has already passed the international, has already passed it, and nothing
Dude,
happened there.
It was all like money making for anybody who was selling plastic or water or anything else. It was like,
I mean,
yeah.
there was a legitimate concern about computers not working. Like, there was a legitimate concern because people were idiots and didn't think this through and think that they would have to hit, 2000
yeah.
on their computers. Especially on old DOS systems. We had one computer at home that did not make it.
it's like
an old computer.
It's like watching. It's like when you go back and you watch Tron, like the original Tron. And
Which I need to do. It's on Disney Plus, by the way.
Oh, have you not watched that or?
Not in years. Not in years.
It's so good. It's so much better than it was. Like it's still super cheesy, but it's so much better when you know all of the terminology.
I loved.
Like, wow.
I loved Legacy because Jeff Bridges was in it.
I liked it
and
too.
I may have a man crush on Bridges.
Wow. Sucker for him. Huh?
I am.
He was really good in True Grit. He was excellent in True Grit.
The Big Lebowski.
Yes.
The dude. No. Don't go watch that. Don't.
He's still alive.
Don't go watch that. He is still alive, unlike the 50 other people we looked up this week.
Right.
Okay. So before we get to that, I've got to ask you. What do you think were the biggest news stories of 2019? Like if you were to just so I came up impeachment.
I'm terrible about this, right? Yeah.
Impeachment of Trump. Jeffrey Epstein being murdered.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, suicided.
I can accept that. I can accept that. Jeez. I am awful at this because once we tell these news stories, they're like out of my head.
Yeah, I know.
Except for hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself.
That will always be ingrained on our minds.
At least till next year.
Right.
Next year I'll be like, I completely forgot.
Till someone else really important suicides themselves.
Oh, probably Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong protests. Yeah,
Hong Kong's
that's interesting.
Probably a big one. Yeah, that's one that sticks in my mind.
What about was this year? Was this the year? Was it 2019 when we had the Sri Lanka bombings?
Was that?
Like 700 people died. 300, either 300 or 700 people died.
Yeah.
Was that this year? I mean, that was a crazy situation.
Yeah, that was. It was this year. Yeah, April. It was in April. Yeah. Yeah. Geez, I don't know. Like I kind of feel like everything about Trump, everybody's just hated on him just the same as they did. I mean, I guess it's intensified, but it's kind of like, it's losing its shock value because it's like, oh yeah, they're still doing it.
Well, it's unfortunate for the Democrats that it's lost their shock value because that doesn't bode well for the upcoming election in 2020.
No, I mean,
because if you lose the shock value, all of a sudden you're like, yeah. I saw listener Scott sent me a great Babylon Bee article. Pelosi.
Is there such a thing as a bad Babylon Bee article?
Pelosi standing there, and it's like that moment when Pelosi realizes that if they impeach Trump, they actually have to put up a good candidate to run against Pence or whoever else is going to run.
Right.
And it's like, man, that's way too.
Yeah. Oh snap.
Like, yeah. So. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. You know what's one of the funny things is you remember how 2018 everybody was like so depressed because so many people died and so many horrible things happened and everybody's like, oh, we can't wait to get to 2019. What is with that? Like,
I don't know.
Just focus on like how horrible everything is because I mean you can and it's not hard to do. All you got to look up is like you just Google horrible things in 2018 or something.
Yeah, but I think we forget the good a lot of or forget the bad. Like I don't know, like it's under the rug. Like we don't think about it that much. Like after it happens, we think it's horrible, but then we're like, yeah.
Women's national team won the World Cup this year.
I don't know what that is. What's a World Cup?
Soccer.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yep. Yeah, it's.
I don't know anything about that.
Something wrong with you.
Well, yes. Yes. One of the things we were talking to each other today about, or before the show, was the people who died in 2019, and that blew me away. So we Parade.com's got a list of 50 celebrity deaths.
Yep.
And some of them, like I was like, man, they died.
I can't. I think one of the ones that's shocking to me is, we'll just start going through this list of just people we remember, is Doris Day. I did not know she was alive. I'm not gonna lie.
The poor woman.
Like,
She was 97 years old when she
I
passed.
was not aware that she was still alive. Like, I thought she had been long dead by now. So, I'm sorry. Like, I like Doris Day films. There's a couple films that are hilarious, but I did not know that she was actually still kicking.
And what was Doris Day known for?
Like Annie, Get Your Gun.
There's
a lot of those.
Yes.
A lot of those movies. She did these two movies that are, oh my gosh, that are absolute gems.
Apparently she's going to live on in song, though.
Well, probably.
Because,
why did they write a song
the
about her?
Beatles 1970 song, Dig It. Ringo Starr sang the line, just like Doris Day said, Que Sera.
Wow. Oh, yeah, she was in that, too. Whatever movie that was.
That was
that movie?
La Di Da. Was also Elton John sang about her in Wrap It Up.
Wrap Her Up.
Wrap Her Up. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Wham! You make the sun shine greater than Doris Day. Wait. Is that the second reference to Wham in 2 days? In 2 weeks? Because didn't you talk about Wham? No, it was Tombstone last week.
Yeah.
Was Wham the Christmas?
Yes.
Wow. An absolutely obscure group gets named twice in 2 weeks.
That's pretty funny.
That's wild.
But I remember her for, there was this movie called By the Light of the Silvery Moon and Moonlight Bay. It was 2 movies, and they are a riot.
And I don't
excellent.
remember either one of those.
They're from like when she was very young.
Okay.
I want to say maybe she was in her 20s. She was probably still a teenager.
Yeah, I don't.
They were excellent. They're so funny. Anyway, so check them out. They're hilarious. Let's see who
Robert
else?
Forster.
I know him from Last Man Standing.
Yep, Last Man Standing. He was in a lot of stuff.
That's absolutely what I know him from.
So I haven't seen him. He died when Netflix premiered El Camino.
Did he die because of that?
No,
or?
I don't think so. But I guess he was in it.
Oh, okay.
So, that's a shame. That's just a shame.
How about Peter Mayhew? All right, so not a lot of people are probably going to know this name. Peter Mayhew was the original Chewbacca. So he was the guy. He was like ridiculously tall. He was
wait.
What?
Who played in like The Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. Don't you tell me anything about that.
Oh, it was Jonas.
I will cut you.
Suotamo.
Don't you spoil that for me. I have not seen it yet.
A Finnish actor and basketball star. Okay, so they got a different guy.
Here for the past 2 episodes for Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, you had Mayhew played certain parts of Chewbacca.
Okay.
But a lot of like the running and the fighting and stuff like that was done by a different guy.
Interesting.
Because he just, he was old, like he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He's got I know he had problems with walking and his legs and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's what. So he was the original Chewbacca. So
interesting.
Yeah. So sadly, he kicked the bucket in 2019. So I don't know if he was in anything else.
I don't know. I mean, English.
Oh, I guess okay. He only did Force Awakens. He did not do Last Jedi.
What was Peter Mayhew in?
Okay.
He was only in. Oh, he was in.
I don't know. That's the only
Star
thing I know
Wars.
him of is Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Right. It's like, I mean, that's not bad. Let's see. Who
He was
else?
in like a dozen things.
Yeah.
Not many things.
Let's see. Who else do we know here that's Tim Conway.
Yeah.
A lot of
Tim
stuff.
Conway. Bart Starr, Green Bay Packers quarterback. Three consecutive league championships. That's the only reason I know him.
Oh, okay.
Tim Conway. Rip Torn. He was in what was he in? Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Yep.
Yeah.
He always played that.
I don't know if I could name
old...
anything else.
Yeah. I don't think so either.
Right. Ross Perot.
I
know of him. So he's gone.
I know everyone complains that he spoiled the 92 election.
Yes. Yep.
Whether
Sadly.
he did or not. Luke Perry.
Where do I know him from?
He was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
He was in a lot of stuff.
All right.
Yeah, so this was an interesting tidbit about his life. He auditioned for 250 roles before landing his first gig. That is tenacious.
That is.
Good for him.
Way before that.
I know. I would have given up at like one or two.
I was going to say, I wouldn't have even gotten to like 50.
No, neither would I.
I would have just been like, forget it. I'm just going to go get a job.
We've got Elijah Cummings. He was a Baltimore native. Which, by the way, we're not going to be able to get to the article. But just this year, 2019, record year for Baltimore. They had more murders this year than the highest peak in 1983.
Wow.
So
they have beaten out Chicago.
They have beaten out Chicago. Well beaten out Chicago, but also beaten out themselves.
Stay away from Baltimore.
So,
please.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Don't go to Baltimore.
That's sad. Baltimore's so nice too. Like the Inner Harbor and stuff is nice. It is really nice, but
it's a gorgeous place. Don't go there.
Don't go there. Apparently,
Lee Iacocca.
Yes.
Ford Mustang and Pinto.
Yep. He was the big Ford guy. Yeah.
Which still scratching their heads on the Pinto. I mean, does the Mustang outweigh the Pinto?
Dude, I think everything outweighs the Pinto. Like this guy's career.
He was a genius.
Insane. Like there was so many good cars, and sadly, he is known for the Pinto. But come on, like yeah, everything was awesome. Like he was great. He was part of that
bunch of folks from the
team, man.
Mary Tyler Moore show and from the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah,
passed away this year. Georgia Engel. She was Mary Tyler Moore show. Cookie Roberts, I remember her from. I think she. I don't remember her. I think she was a White House correspondent for someone at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
TV journalist. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Don't know him.
Man, I don't know a lot of these.
Oh, interesting. Albert Finney. Murder on the Orient Express. He also was in Skyfall and Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, Skyfall.
Yeah.
I did like Skyfall.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think the best Bond movie is?
Oh, man. I've got to go back.
Now that we've jumped into that.
I've got to go back and watch them all.
How about the best Bond movie from, what's his name? The guy that's Bond right now.
Oh.
What's his name?
What is his name? Oh, my goodness, Ozzy. Are we idiots?
Dude, I just went completely blank.
I can't remember his name. The audience is sitting there right now screaming at...
Daniel Craig.
Yes. Okay.
Why did I just go blank
The worst
terrible.
Bond ever. The worst Bond ever. What was it?
The worst one? I don't know. Maybe His Majesty's Secret Service. I wasn't a huge fan of that.
That was George Lazenby.
I wasn't a huge fan of that.
No, he was terrible.
So I want to say off the top of my head, that's the one that really sticks out. I kind of have a soft spot for all the Sean Connery ones, just because they're not awesome, but they're just that's the establishment of what Bond was going to be.
See, I always thought it was funny that George Lazenby showed up, and he did so bad that they brought Sean Connery back in for another role.
Right. And
then I was like, oh, okay, good
yeah,
call.
It was good save.
Roger Moore and Sean Connery are definitely the iconics.
Roger Moore was okay.
I liked Roger Moore.
He was
There's something
okay.
about him. Very suave. Yeah, I don't know. I liked Pierce Brosnan. He was pretty good.
The Pierce Brosnan ones were good. Goldeneye was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
That's the Pierce Brosnan one that I loved. I liked the Daniel Craig ones. They were just good.
I enjoy him. A little darker than.
Oh yeah, he's definitely more gritty.
Yeah,
than he was. Yeah,
definitely.
But
I thought they were good though.
But I loved
movies.
Skyfall was excellent. I liked Spectre too. Those, yeah, they're just good. And I think this is his last movie that's coming out.
Yeah, it is.
Which I can't blame him. He's like, I don't know how much longer he can last. I think the man's like 50-something years old, and he's still playing like a 30-year-old Bond.
He's 51.
So,
but I mean, is he playing?
I don't know. Is he?
Is Bond 30? I don't know.
Like, you know what? He's kind of like Tom Cruise, where it's like he can play at least a 20 to 30-year-old younger version of himself,
maybe,
and get away with it still somehow.
The guy's stacked.
It's like Patrick Stewart. It's like trying to figure out Patrick Stewart's age.
He's like 80, isn't he?
Patrick Stewart has not aged in the past 40 years.
It's true.
He has looked exactly the same. Like, that's what's creepy, is if you look at pictures of Patrick Stewart from like the early or mid 80s all the way till now, and you're like, the man has not aged.
He's always
been old.
Mm-hmm. It's always funny seeing him in like the Next Generation.
Yes.
And then you see him in other stuff, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's Captain Picard. And then you're like, no, he's playing something else.
Yes. How many actors get stuck with that? It's like Daniel Radcliffe, and you're always like, it's Harry Potter. And you're like, it's completely ruined the man's career.
Right.
Even though he's like 35, it's like,
no, it's true. It's so true.
You can't play anything else. Or Elijah Wood being Frodo.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Oh, it's Frodo. I love you.
Who's the guy? Who is the kid who plays Frodo's buddy? Not Sean Astin.
Oh.
Not Sean Astin, the other one.
Which one? The one that played Merry or Pip?
One of the two.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Lord of the Rings.
I don't remember
their names. I know of them, though. Let's see. Well, you got Orlando Bloom, obviously.
No, not that.
He actually broke out of that whole mold.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we talked about that.
Oh, Billy Boyd?
Maybe that's who it is? Is that who it is?
I don't know. Is it? Is that who you're thinking about?
I'm looking. Yes, him. So he was in
Lost.
Yeah, but he was in Star Wars. I'm pretty sure it was him.
Wait, what Star Wars?
Like the recent one.
Really? Oh, the newest one? I haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it for me.
No, I'm not going to ruin it for you. No, it must have been the other guy. Who's the other guy?
Oh, okay. Dominic Monaghan, yeah.
Really? Dominic? Oh, yeah, it popped right up. Yeah, okay, so yes, it was him.
Who was made out like a fiend in all of this is Andy Serkis.
Who is that?
He was the guy that played Gollum.
Really?
That was like his first role. Do you know all of the stuff that he does?
No idea.
All right, so first off, he's the one that has taken over on the Planet of the Apes. Okay.
I know. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff.
So he's done that, and he's like heavy into Marvel.
Yes.
You just don't see him.
Yep.
But it's like, oh man, like he is made out like crazy because he's basically founded that whole, like headed up that whole, like the whole CG overlaying CG onto everybody.
Really?
And using that because Lord of the Rings is the one that started
all
of that.
He's not actually doing the acting. He's just behind it all, or
no. Like he's apparently like he's a director and or I guess I don't know, or expert or whatever you want to call him. I don't know if he's
fascinating,
but he also still plays the roles.
Fascinating.
So, but he's basically, from my understanding, he's the one that's like kind of made it all into like this industry that it is of doing that, doing the motion capture is what it is.
Ah, yes.
So yeah.
Well, good for him.
That was all that.
Good for him. Back to folks who died in 2019. Grumpy Cat.
Oh,
Grumpy Cat.
So sad.
Did you know Grumpy Cat had a 2014 movie called Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever? Kid you not. On the Lifetime channel.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Peter Fonda. Who else? Eddie Money. 2 Tickets to Paradise.
2 Tickets to Paradise.
Well, that'll never get us caught for copyright infringement, that's for sure.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Beth Chapman. That's Dwayne the Dog Chapman's wife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Didn't he get into a bunch of trouble?
Yeah, I don't know. I still watch it whenever I get a chance. It's something about train wreck television.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like it's an
so
absolute
good.
train wreck.
It's so good.
You just don't know what to expect.
Yep.
Because like you have this nice family loving guy who like they're all like, let's hold hands and pray and let's go to church, and then they're like, beep 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 beep. I'm gonna arrest you. Beep beep beep. What are you doing that? Beep. And you're like, okay.
All right.
You're like, man, this is very conflicting.
Bless
I don't know.
your heart.
Yeah, exactly. She was 51 years old.
Let's see.
Harold Prince, I remember him from stuff.
Did you know that the guy who did Big Bird also kicked the bucket? Sadly, Carol Spinney.
Now, was he actually in the costume, or did he?
He was.
Really?
He was actually. You can actually look online under like Big Bird costume and how it works to see how he actually did it. It's pretty cool, actually.
See, now I have to look it up. I'm very.
He also did Oscar the Grouch.
Oh, that!
And
Don't Google that, guys. Don't Google that.
And I'm sure. What, Oscar the Grouch?
No,
okay.
Big Bird costume. There's a lot of weird stuff out there, guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of weird stuff.
Anyway, but yeah, he did that. And for how, I don't even know, what, 30 years, 40 years with Henson, with the Jim Henson Company. So, but yeah, so he's another one that died.
Interesting.
Cool.
Odo from Deep Space Nine, Rene Auberjonois. I think that's what his name was.
Okay.
He was Chef Louis in The Little Mermaid, by the way. Chef Louis.
Yeah. That's pretty
He died of
that?
metastatic lung cancer, which sounds absolutely tragic.
Yeah. That sounds nasty.
And then you have okay, so this is totally weird fact about his life. He played alongside Katharine Hepburn in the music Coco. I thought she was like gone a long time before.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the musical Coco? Is that one from Pixar? That's not the Pixar one.
No, what? No, musical, Broadway musical.
I don't know what Coco is.
I don't know what Coco is either.
Well, how do you know it's a musical from Broadway?
Because she passed. Katharine Hepburn passed away in 2003. So, anyways,
definitely not the Pixar movie.
No, not the Pixar movie.
Oh.
What's that?
No, never mind.
No, nothing.
Huh.
So yeah,
I bet you this is what that's based off of, though.
It could be. I don't know what you're talking about, so maybe.
All right. Anyway,
yeah, it's such a bizarre. Yeah, Katharine Hepburn.
She had a lot of weird things. She was a strange
bird.
Yeah,
I mean, all these people are strange people. Let's just be honest.
Really, like Juice WRLD.
What is that?
Juice WRLD.
My name is Juice WRLD.
He's a rapper.
Really?
Rapper, singer, songwriter, known for his song "Bandit."
Well, okay.
Also had a song "Hate Me."
I don't know if that would be particularly my genre that I would enjoy listening to. But that's just me. Yeah. So, anyways, those are people who will not be down for breakfast.
Okay. Well, some of them haven't been down for breakfast for almost a year.
Well, yeah.
Just saying.
It's true. It's true.
Just saying.
Ozzy, I've got to ask you, what are your New Year's Eve traditions?
We don't really do too much in New Year's Eve. Mostly what happens is we will eat good food. Sometimes we have people over, but not usually. We're not really huge into it. We don't really stay up.
You don't really like people that much?
We really don't.
No.
So what we'll do is I will around 8:30 or so, 9 o'clock, I will Google the ball drop from last year. Or YouTube the ball drop from last year.
Didn't you have the similar story with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Absolutely.
Wait. So you did the same thing?
Yep.
You couldn't just pick Hong Kong's ball drop from earlier in the day?
We do watch certain ones from around the world.
Okay.
Because let's be frank, the Chinese people know how to blow stuff up.
But it's like the Chinese one from 5 years ago.
Maybe.
Because we sure as heck aren't getting the same day.
We'll watch that, and after those are done, after we watched about a half hour worth of New Year's, we will put the kids to bed, and usually we fall asleep after we watch something. So we're not usually up till midnight. So that's kind of what happens. So we're great on YouTube has saved our lives.
I tell you,
stay up with the kids.
So we're normally up till midnight anyways, so it's not like we're staying up super late to watch it. I don't think we've had a day that we've missed it in years.
Do you stay up with the kids? Let them stay up?
No. Why?
Exactly.
Who in their right mind would do that?
What? Do you have people over? Do you do a big party?
This year we're gonna have some folks over. Nothing huge, just a couple folks. We're gonna eat raclette, which is a Swiss.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically like fondue, but you're cooking meat on a giant stone.
What?
Yeah. So what you do is you have different cuts of meat that you throw onto this stone that's super hot, right?
Okay.
And then underneath you put on these little trays, you put veggies and cheese.
This sounds like a great thing to be able to do in a sauna.
Yeah, it really does. Let's do that.
I'm just saying.
That sounds amazing.
Do you have a sauna? You should have a sauna out there.
I really should. I want to build. So totally weird project that I want to build is a hoop ring hot tub, cedar hoop ring hot tub. Now you've got to go look that up.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, just a cedar hot tub. Because as soon as you have water in it, it seals itself. And yeah.
What?
Cedar hot tub, man. And you put a little wood fire off the edge and light that sucker up and
boil yourselves.
Basically, yeah. Anyways, I think that would be a blast.
This is like one of those things from this looks like what they tried to cook Bugs Bunny in.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to build one. I think that would be an amazing project.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I do have. Well, okay. I had a tradition that we would do. Is all right in Georgia. There is this little podunk town that is called Tallapoosa. All right. So it is as great as it sounds. So in Tallapoosa on New Year's Eve, they have the Tallapoosa possum drop.
Wait, what?
So, yes.
We're dropping possums?
Yes. So they take a taxidermied possum, not a real one, sadly, which would make it much more exciting. But they take a taxidermied possum that they have, and it's inside of this lit ball. Okay?
Okay.
And what they do is they have it strung up on the top of the building, which is the tallest building in the town, which is 2 stories high. I think it's the bank or something like that. Anyway, so it's 2 stories high, and they drop it down just like the New Year's ball in New York at midnight.
Wait.
It's amazing.
No.
Oh yeah. Check it out.
No way.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Okay, so I'm looking
highly,
at this here.
Highly recommend it.
Okay, so it is not a live possum. This is a taxidermy possum.
This one's a taxidermy possum.
They have 7,000 people who show up.
Yeah, somewhere in that. Yeah.
They do fireworks at 9 p.m. for the kids who won't be up at midnight.
Right. It is a blast.
Okay, so they're not the only town that does this.
Really?
Brasstown, North Carolina does this as well.
Oh, there you go.
At
Tombstone.
the Clay Corner convenience store.
At a convenience store?
Yeah.
This is great.
I mean, this sounds so North Carolina.
Oh,
be honest
it's
about
so
it.
great. It's
I'm looking
great.
up where Brasstown is just to figure this out.
I don't know. It sounds like fun. It really is, though. Realistically, it is super fun.
Oh, it's way over in the corner.
It is super fun because it's just like everybody is there from the town. There's not that many people. They have the fireworks. They have live music. They have vendors with food. You can buy possum T-shirts. I think they have a possum king and queen or something like that too. They have it is so much fun, and it's one of those things where it's like you're waiting for everybody to bring their shotguns out at midnight and start shooting them off in the air. Like it's 1776 or something.
As Tombstone yells, "My
so
people!"
fun. Right.
So PETA has protested this, by the way.
Oh no.
They successfully sued to stop the 2013 possum drop because they didn't have a permit to do a live drop of an animal. PETA does not object to using an already dead animal. I don't know. 2015 they received attention in Brasstown because they PETA again filed a motion to prevent Clay Logan, who owns the Clay store, from obtaining a capture permit. Logan had already decided due to time concerns, not to obtain a permit for that year's drop. So they used a stuffed animal for that one.
That's no fun.
Yeah, that's not fun either.
Wait,
wow.
like a stuffed animal or like a taxidermied animal?
Oh, man. Apparently they filmed Honey Boo Boo at Tallapoosa.
Oh.
Here comes Honey Boo Boo.
Oh.
They used Tallapoosa to film the New Year's special.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's totally fascinating.
Yeah. So definitely try that out if you're in Georgia.
If you are
in like northwest Georgia. Well, not northwest, I guess Midwest Georgia.
See, now I'm looking up where Tallapoosa is.
You should check it out.
Tallapoosa is
it's like 10 minutes from Alabama, so.
Wow, yeah, it is. Good grief. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy close. Interestingly, fairly close to Brasstown. Not that far from it, like an hour and a half. Yeah. Ozzy, have you ever considered going to, say, a very large New Year's Eve bash?
Like what?
Like
New York?
Yeah.
No way. No way. No, that's a death trap, man. You want to talk about like?
Yeah, I agree.
How many people go to that? It's got to be like
Millions?
several million, right?
How many go there? Like,
I don't know. We don't need to look that up.
I
bet you, because I want to see somewhere I read I think in New York there's like 8 million people or something like that in not New York in specifically like Manhattan. Let's see.
I want to know how many people are going to be at the ball drop.
Let's see here. All right.
It's got to be a lot, right?
Hold on.
Wow, New Year's Eve in Times Square, they dropped 3,000 pounds of confetti.
Wow.
3,000 pounds. And it's thrown by 100 volunteers called confetti dispersal engineers from the rooftops of Times Square buildings.
That sounds like such a baloney job title.
So the confetti is larger than normal confetti because they want it to achieve the appropriate density for Times Square. That's hilarious.
Why can I not find how many people there are?
They then disperse people to clean up, and there's... Oh! 50 tons of refuse from the previous night's activities. 50 tons. That is incredible.
That's insane.
I don't have a number here. I want a number. I need a number.
I'm trying. I can't. Every single thing I type in, I'm not typing in the right things.
I need an approximate number.
How many people are in Times Square on New Year's Eve? Here we go. 2018. Let me open this up. I bet it's got to be like I bet you like 5 million or something.
5 million? You think so?
That's my guess.
No. They say 1 million. 1 million. An estimated 1 million. 1 million people.
1 to 2 million people.
That's still a lot of people
in like a city. Like you're talking about like what the equivalent of time. It's like two. No. I'm talking about like the square block wise. It's like what, like maybe a 4-block radius.
Oh, right.
I think something like that.
I mean, it's crazy.
An estimated 2 million in recent years. The department. This is the police department estimates 2 million people.
And it's like, because they can't get an actual count.
2 million
That's
people.
ridiculous. How many people live in New York City?
That actually live there?
Yeah.
Or how many people work there?
I guess live on Manhattan.
I don't know. Let's see. I bet you it's like, I want to say maybe like 3 million or something.
Manhattan's population is 1.629 million.
Wow.
So
and that's
you
just
have
people that live
2
here.
million people showing up. And how many of those people don't actually... good grief, that's so many. That is so many people.
And okay, here you go. Approximately 3.1 million people are in Manhattan during a work day.
Yep, that's
so. This
crazy.
isn't. See, check this out. So this isn't even. I bet you people that actually live there or work there. This is people that are just going there for the ball drop. That's crazy. So you got like 2 million people roughly that don't know anything about New York City that are in New York City.
Where are you getting that number? Because I'm curious.
Wait, which one?
You're 2 million people.
It is from. Oh, I closed it already.
Because I'm reading this and it says that the police estimate that, but there's other people who are saying that that's not close.
That it's lower or higher?
It's a lot lower. Because that means the number of people who would have to be there is insane.
Oh, yeah.
So in order to actually fit 1 million revelers, the city would have to jam more than the equivalent of a sold-out Yankee Stadium every block of 7th Avenue between Times Square and Central Park.
All right, let's see here.
So they're saying that Times Square only holds about 51,000 people with the density of 3 people per square meter.
Long Island Business News. So it's libn.com.
I'm at libn.com too.
This is from December 31st of 2018.
Because I'm reading down in the same article through the math here. And
maybe I just
they say it might reach 120,000 actually in Times Square. There might be more people in the city partying. But
right. Okay. Well.
But yeah, I mean, and those numbers don't count the people watching from hotels or office buildings or whatever.
Right.
So it could be.
You're ruining my whole thing here.
500.
It's still crazy.
It could be up to 500,000, but this whole 2 million is kind of ridiculous.
I don't think it is. I think it's accurate.
You think so? Really?
You are false news.
You think so?
You are fake news. That's what you are.
Oh man, we're gonna end on that note. Calling me fake news.
You're welcome.
I mean, hey, if that's it, that's it. I mean, I'm gonna go cry, guys. Happy New Year. We wish you all the best. Don't do anything stupid.
Make sure it's a dead possum.
Only drop dead creatures.
Will come after you.
I'm gonna do like the cat drop.
Will it land on its feet even if it's dead?
Of course it will. It's just like bread. It always lands on the buttered side down.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? What does that mean? You always butter the cat's back. Spotify, iTunes. If you don't want it to land on its feet, you butter its back.
I got it.
Yeah.
Still is awkward.
iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Google Podcasts, anywhere where you like to get your online content. Happy New Year. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.